the numbers are in. And we'll start with the rookies, actually. The first pick for the LA Rams, wide receiver Tutu Atwell. He will wear number 15. Not a normal number that we've seen for the LA Rams. This is actually, who is the last one we saw in 15? Was it maybe Bradley Marquez in 15? That might be the most recent one we've seen, but not a very common number for the Rams. But Tutu will be rocking that 1-5. That's going to be pretty cool stuff. Ernest Jones, the next pick, he is going to be wearing number 50. So the number vacated by one Samson Ebukam. My favorite 50 in LA Rams history goes to Pisa Tinoisa Moa. Hawaii 5-0 was his nickname, and I loved that. But Ernest Jones now will be rocking that number. Bobby Brown III from Texas A&M. He was number 5 at Texas A&M as a defensive tackle, but he will be in 95 for the Rams. William Hayes is a big one that jumps out to me. I'm trying to think. I'm terrible at just thinking of them off the top of the dome here. But Robert Rochelle, the cornerback, he will be wearing number 31. I know that most people's favorite 31 for the Rams, at least in my era, I'll be 30 here in a couple months. Teardrop. But the favorite in my age range is the Adam Archuleta. But also, hey, I'm a Cortland Finnegan guy, man. His ARC 31. His program that he had, his nonprofit that he started, it kind of sits a little bit close to my heart just because of my work history. But I always thought that was a good number. 31 looks very normal on a Rams uniform to me. So I don't know what that does for Mr. Rochelle, but hey, maybe it'll work out. Jacob Harris, the tight end, he will be in number 87. I don't know why this makes perfect sense. I saw that Harris was wearing 87. It's like, well, yeah, obviously. It was either that or 89. Like, but 89's taken, so we can't do that. Yeah, that was kind of an interesting thing that hit my brain, that Harris in 87 is like, yeah, obviously. Duh. Like, but I don't know if I'm the only one there, but he will be rocking that 87. Ernest Brown the fourth. He will be wearing Michael Brocker's old number, that number 90. I don't know how I feel about this one yet. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm a little bit more attached to Michael Brockers than I originally thought, because I saw that he was wearing number 90 and I was like, ooh, too soon. Just a little bit too soon. The next one here is going to go to Jake Funk. And this makes total sense. He looks like a more athletic Chase Reynolds, and he's going to be wearing number 34. So no real surprises there. That is the number that he wore at Maryland as a running back there. Ben Skowronek, he will be in number 81. So the Tori Holt number, or the Marty Gilliard number, whatever era you prefer. I'm going to go with the Holt one, though. Gilliard, I think, that's a little bit of a reach as far as a reference goes. But Ben Skowronek, he is going to be wearing number 81. 81, I think, is a cursed number for the Rams, because I think it's supposed to be retired by now. All right, Tori Holt did some amazing things as a wide receiver for the St. Louis Rams at the time. It did some absolutely incredible things, was a member of the greatest show on turf, one of the only members, one of the only big, like, crucial members of that group that's still waiting on a Hall of Fame bid, but hopefully that'll happen very soon. We're pulling for you, Tori, man. Come on, get Tori in. Why is Tori not in? Honestly, though. Honestly. And so that 81, I think, is cursed. Everybody who's kind of had that since Tori Holt has just fallen flat. And I don't want to put that bad juju over here on Mr. Skowronek, but I think it's worth noting that everybody to wear 81 post Tori Holt has kind of been trash. And I did say, in fairness, that I don't think Ben Skowronek is going to make this team. He is not a 53. Come on now. He's not a 53. And that no disrespect. And I hope he balls out. I hope that I'm wrong. Like, because it doesn't benefit me to be right. If he gets cut, what am I going to do? Like, come on here and pop some party poppers, like, yeah, called it, because it doesn't matter. Who cares? And Chris Garrett, the linebacker, the Rams' last pick in the draft, he will be in number 48. So nothing too crazy there. 48 feels like it feels like a number that he was kind of given. It doesn't feel like he was like, yo, is 48 open? So he will be rocking that 48 at the linebacker spot. Let's go to the veterans because we got some interesting ones. I'm going to start from the bottom of my list. That doesn't mean anything to you guys. Linebacker Trayvon Howard, he is switching away from number 48 that now Chris Garrett is in, and he will be wearing number 32. So a linebacker in 32 already feels a touch weird. But, and this is not a shot at Howard, but I don't think that the buyout was probably, if there was a buyout on those jerseys, the 48 Trayvon Howard jerseys, it was probably pretty small. I don't think there was, but if there was, it was probably pretty small. But Howard now will be in that 32. David Long Jr., the cornerback, he has been rocking that 25 for, he's third year now. So he's been rocking that 25. I think his rookie year in like training camp, he was a different number too. But he is now taking that number 22, a very popular cornerback number for the Rams. We've seen 22 used quite a bit in that spot. Some names that pop out are Trumaine Johnson, Marcus Peters. Nothing too bananas there. Let's see. Kicker Matt Gay, who actually, I mean, it was like there was a moment there where I was like getting real frustrated at the Rams kicking situation last season. And then Matt Gay comes in and he like makes one, then misses one, then makes one, then misses one. And it was like, come on, just put it through the thing, man. And then he's just started nailing them. And so Matt Gay, I'm here for it. And hope he sticks around and hope he keeps on crushing it, man. Because I mean, if he stops crushing it, then I don't hope he sticks around. So let's just hope he keeps kicking balls through the big yellow thing at the end of the fields there. But Matt Gay, he was wearing number 1 last year when he joined the Rams, and he will now be wearing that old Sam Bradford number 8. Sam Bradford, number 8. But now it's Matt Gay, number 8. Gate. There's something there. I don't know. Next one here is Jordan Fuller, the safety. He is going from number 32, who is now going to be that Trayvon Howard number. He is going to be a number 4. So a safety in a single digit, and I kind of love it. I'm a little bit weird because, like I said, with the 90 going to Ernest Brown the 4th, I'm a little bit weird at the safeties taking Jeezy's number, all right? But also, Jeezy's also a Cowboy now. So take the 4, man. Take the 4. I've got the Super Bowl jersey up here. The Greg Zuerlein jersey, it's hanging up on my wall over here. The one that he wore at the media day, that video was super cool, by the way. I got a lot of comments, like a lot of comments that were saying like, dude, your reaction was just so pure. You were so happy. And I was very happy. But Jordan Fuller is a safety wearing number 4. That's going to be an interesting thing to see. My brain is not caught up to that yet. I'm not there, but hey, I'm kind of here for it. In a Fuller number 4 jersey, that's kind of, it's got, the bone is going to look crispy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Next up here, cornerback Darius Williams. He is going away from the number 31, who is now going to be that Robert Rochelle number. He's actually going to be in 11. So Tavon Austin, Josh Reynolds are some notables of recent guys who have worn the 11. But obviously, we know Everett in the 11 is the ultimate 11. He is the master 11 that will always stand as the Rams number 11 is going to be Everett, not Chris Everett. Do not call him that. He won't be happy about it. But Darius Williams in the 11, so that's going to be a little bit weird too. We're going to see Jalen Ramsey on one side and then Darius Williams in number 11 on the other side. That's, I think I hated it at first. I think I'm starting to like it. I think I'm starting to like these numbers that not anybody can wear anything. That's obviously not the case. You won't see a quarterback in number 45, you know what I mean? But I liked it that the 11 on a corner, that feels okay. The 4 on a safety, that feels all right. None of the rookies went with anything too crazy. Actually, none of the rookies went with anything crazy at all. They all went with something that they could have worn last year at their positions. But the next one here is actually Desean Jackson, who, of course, is going into his first year as an LA Ram. So he did not have a back stock of jerseys that he had to buy out. So he was able to actually just choose a number. And with the number that he went with was Matt Gay's old number. He is number 1. And so Desean Jackson comes to the LA Rams. Of course, we know the story of if you had a stock of jerseys and you wanted to change your number, you had to buy those out, and then you could switch your jersey number. That was kind of the thing that the NFL was doing. I think mainly it's... I I mean, obviously they made all these jerseys, and they don't want to just like have to take numbers and nameplates off and stuff like that, or destroy them. I don't know what they do with them, but Desean Jackson, not a part of that club. He'll be rocking that number 1 jersey for the Rams. And like I said, Matt Gay last year, Langford, not that many ones, honestly. I don't think we've seen that many ones. They might, I mean, I'd have to look. I mean, there's a website that you could just see everybody who's worn those numbers. But I like to try to play the game a little bit in my head. All right. I try to, maybe that's the old schoolness in me, is I like to still like have conversations. We play a drinking game, actually. You guys could participate too. You know, it doesn't like, so you do something wrong and you have to drink. You can just drink while you play it. That's how we always do it, is like you go through number 1 to 99 and then you name like as many awesome players as you can without those numbers. You could do it sports specific. Obviously we do it with NFL because that's kind of our thing. So you go like number 1, you're like, oh, Warren Moon, Cam Newton, you know, like all that stuff. And then go all the way to 99 where you're like Aaron Donald, JJ Watt. So it's fun. And you can just have a bunch of beers with your friends and try to just think of these guys. It gets really weird when you get to like 48 and, you know, the 49. I was going to say 47, but John Lynch just jumps into my head right away. Anyway, none of that's that important. But the last one that I wanted to talk to you guys about is actually Robert Woods. He's changing his number away from the number 17 that we've seen him in for the last few years as a Ram. He is actually going to be wearing number 2. This is a number that he's worn all the way back into his little tiny Bobby Trees days. You know, little tiny Woods, a little ficus. Little Bobby Ficus over here, where he wore number 2 in Pop Warner. So he's going back to the number 2. He wore the 2 like all through Pop Warner, all like in high school, at USC in college, and then the NFL. Of course, he wasn't allowed to until this year. So Bobby is taking over that number 2 for the Rams. This is a battle that he had with Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey also one of the 2, but looks like Bobby won out. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. But it looks like Bobby won out. Maybe the buyout for Ramsey was a little bit higher than he wanted to pay, because I know Jalen Ramsey jerseys in that number 20. I know those things are stocked up, all right? But also, I mean, the Woods jerseys are there too. The 17, those are there too. So maybe it was just more worth it for Woods. Maybe Jalen still changes his number. I don't know. I don't know what deadlines there were or anything like that. But maybe I'm thinking that we'll just see Jalen sticking to the 20. I feel like if he changes, I don't know why, I feel like he's just going to go to 12. I don't know if that's real or not, but it feels like it would be real. I feel like he would go with a 12. Ramsey, 12. That makes sense, right? It checks out. Do appreciate you guys hanging out for this clip. You guys are my favorite people. All the people that see this part are the best kind of people, because that means you made it all the way through the video. And that's the best. So thank you guys very much. Sincerely, thank you for that. Now what I need you to do, if you have not already, is subscribe to Ram Showcase right here. And on this side, you can watch the entire podcast, where it's not just a little piece of it. You can watch the whole thing right here. Peace! Go Rams!